Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, France to Australia, a trip in little bits. Today we're going from Jeddah over Mecca, over to Taif, just there's an airport out here. A bunch of things to look at here, we'll get to them as we get to them, so let's go. Alright, it's a bit overcast, maybe even a bit rainy, let's go. That'll make it interesting, hopefully it's not too cloudy over Mecca as we look at all of these, this plethora of points of interest. Good to see there's points of interest in this part of the world. Someone has done some effort to point things out for us. We appreciate them. Alright, we want 6 degrees this way for a few seconds, perhaps a minute or so as we gain height, leaving Jeddah International Airport here.
Rover, Zulu Alpha 11, continue for north departure. Jeddah Tower, Rover, Zulu Alpha 11, continue for north departure.
How are we looking? What's going to be next? 135, alright. Well, let's head over this way a little bit. We're going in completely the wrong direction for Australia, but hey, we've got no choice. We've got to take off into the wind. Get our flaps up. I need to pick up a bit more speed, but it has just not happening. So we'll just get our flaps up anyway. Try to gain some height. There we go, purple arrow is satisfied. We can have one last look at Jeddah there. I think that's the main part of Jeddah. As we turn to 135 for 8 minutes 47. On our way to the Mecca power plant. Point of interest. So most of our legs, or most of our segments on this leg, are all in the city there. Bunch of points of interest. It'll probably be difficult to navigate and find all of them because, you know, I'm looking at it, there's like direction for 30 seconds, another direction for 30 seconds, then 15 seconds, then 5 seconds, so, you know, all of those things will tick over at the same time, so the purple arrow is not going to be able to help us finding it all. We now want to trim down a little bit. Let's get to level flight. On our way to Mecca, the holiest of the holies. Some cool looking hills here. What have they done to them? What have you done to these hills? You've given them a buzz cut, some kind of stylized haircut. I'm sure they appreciate it.
Jeddah Tower, Rover, Zulu Alpha 11, frequency change.
Why, thank you.
Approach Rover, Zulu Alpha 11 is type Diamond DA.
I was tired of that frequency and I needed a change.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. Rover Zulu Alpha 11 approach. Squawk 6352. Squawk 635.
Couple of 40 fields down there. Fairly large town.
11 radar contact 6 miles east of Jeddah, 2,100 feet.
Almost another one on that hill on the left there, although I think that's just some kind of plantation of some sort.
Charlie airspace, Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
8 knots crosswind, and yet we seem to be... Oh no, okay, we are back to level flight. That makes sense. We're good. I thought we were losing quite a bit of height. Oh, I am nowhere near the line. Oh, the line has been abandoned by us. Better get back to the line. The line will feel lonely. Big oil containers here. would assume that's what that is, even though the algorithms turn them into buildings. Oh, the building turned them into algorithms. What are the other? Why should we bother with English? It's all too hard. Meanwhile, we've got footage presumably taken in summer, or, you know, when it was dry, and footage taken when it was a little bit more lush. The contrast, my dudes. The contrast. Oh, wow. Oh, well, that must be the main part of Jeddah then. Should have flown via that. Had a bit of a look at it. Ah, well, too late. Today it's Mecca day. We want to see Mecca. I don't know much. Well, I know quite a bit about Mecca and the great mosque there, and I think that's the one where they all walk around in a circle. But as to what the city looks like, no idea. None. I'm sure I've seen it in movies and things, but still. There are football fields just throughout this place. There's one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 football fields. We found 8 football fields. 9, 10. What's going on? It's football central here. There's another one below us there. It's a tiny little one. A Volta football field, stadium, place of playing. Definitely densely populated around here. Look at all that city there. Look at all them cities. And I think we're basically at the purple line again. There we go. Let's get to our 135. On our way to the Mecca power plant. Oh, actually, it's not even. It's given me another custom point. It's just random custom point. I don't know what that is, because the next one's Mecca power plant. I didn't put a custom point there. I think it's meant to be the gaining height segment. It sometimes puts that in, sometimes doesn't. You know, the climbing segment. Anyway, it wants me to go this way. Oh, I see what's going on. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. It's taking me 8 minutes, God knows where, and then 72 degrees, which would be that way. So we're going down this way and then that way to get to the power plant for 7 minutes. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. There's something's gone wrong here. I think it's taking me down and it's doing some kind of weird zigzag or something. Anyway, we're going to have to follow it, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to. Let's see if I can zoom the map out enough to see where I'm supposed to be going here. Oh no. I never put that custom point there, but hey. Fair enough. No, it looks alright. Looks alright. We're heading down here and then we're going to be turning towards the you know, I selected the power plant as the first thing, not some custom point, so it's just doing what it wants to do. Meanwhile, again, I don't think these buildings are that big in real life. Maybe they are big factories or warehouses or something. Or it's just very low-res photography on the city here, and the algorithm can't quite make out the different buildings, and it's making them one big building instead of a bunch of little buildings. That almost looks like a cemetery. Cemetery found. Football field found. Have a look around what we've got. We've got the lush greenness of a different time and place when the photographs were taken, and the mountains. We've got the alien spotting lasers that are trying to target us, to turn us into zombies, but we'll not have it. We'll not have it at all. Nice look through the clouds and the hills and the town here. I like that.
decimal. Easy. Continue as planned.
Alright, I'll do my Q&H. What looks like possibly a fort on a hill there. We've got some blood red water or stuff there. I don't know what that is. Usually when it's that red, it's some kind of algae bloom in some water, but I'm not sure that it is. Oh, maybe I did select a town, but I didn't make note of it. Oh well. This maybe is a town. The custom point's about to show up. There it is. Maybe I selected this town here, but then somehow didn't write it down on my notepad. Oh, I'm so slack. Oh, I'm so slack. Anyway, nice to visit this town. It's very big. It's almost a city. But whatever's going on there. Red hills and then lots of beige warehouse looking things. Got a big freeway through the middle of it all and on the outskirts as well. Quite dense, lots of people. Lots of different things going on. A big yard there with hay bales or something. Anyway, Purple Arrow's happy, so let's go. What's happened here? I've lost my spot on my navlog. There we go. 72 degrees for 6:53. On our way to, now we're heading to the Mecca power station. Power plant. Let's go have a look. See what we can see along the way as well. Reset our clock. And there we go. Clock reset. In fact, we're quite away from the line, so we'll head over to this road. That'll be where most of the interesting human-built things will be, no doubt. A whole bunch of what looks like possibly oil derricks over there. Or maybe it's electricity poles, but just grab a little bit of height here. My turning has made me slip through the air a bit. Again, we've got big buildings that probably aren't big buildings, just low-res photography. Let's follow the roads here. Yeah, all of this is really low-res photography to me. Look at this. This doesn't even look real. Looks like someone painted it with Microsoft Paint. My white line's disappeared. The white line's given up. They can't handle the low-resness of it all. On here, what have we got? Big factories, big warehouses. Interesting. We've got big town there, then just wasteland in between. I doubt that. Again, I think there's probably something blurred out there that the algorithm has now decided to turn into a random field. Random nothing really. Here we go, we've got more oil derricks, I think. Oh, it's putting them in as power lines, so maybe they are power lines. Oh, they are. I think they are. They've got the power line things there, so they're actually power poles. Fair enough. Well, we are headed to the power station, so I guess you want to be connected to that via power lines in some way. What is all this? What is all this? Just piles and piles of shipping containers or something. Quite weird, actually. Alright, looks like Mecca must be up in the mountains here, because it's ahead of us. We've got something 3D that's been that's loading in there a bit. I think I need to gain a bit of height because we're heading up into the hills. Look at this. It almost looks like water. The sand dunes going just outside Mecca. Everything's looking alright. Done about 4 minutes of 7 minutes, so we're getting there, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, that's Mecca over there, yeah. This must be one of the points of interest. Some big tower that they've got. Maybe that's the big mosque. But we're heading to the power station at the edge of it first before ducking into Mecca. Look at that. I mean, that's a spot, huh? In amongst the mountains, up on top of a plateau. You know, basically a city in the clouds. If you came from this flatland down here, you wouldn't even see it until you're up into the hills. Amazing. It's like something out of a fantasy film. It's nestled in the hills like this. Incredible. You'd think, maybe you're not allowed to film in Mecca or something, but you'd think I would have seen this view at some point, in some movie somewhere. Mountains in the distance, city in the foreground, great mosque. But none of this looks familiar at all. We're not quite at the power plant, but we're getting there. I just wonder if we're high enough. Probably not quite. It's actually slightly to the right. There it is showing up now. It's over here somewhere. In fact, what I'm going to do is slow right down, because there's so many things to look at. We might as well get the flaps down and just get the airspeed down a lot, so that we can take our time looking at stuff. The power plant's meant to be over here somewhere. Don't really need to be losing this much height though, so there we go. That's better. The power plant, there's a hill. I would have thought if it's a point of interest that it was probably a 3D model, but I'm not seeing anything that's obviously the power plant. And we're nearly above it. It must be this? Question mark? Next to the football field? There's a hill that goes there. Anyway, yeah, well, something here is the Mecca power plant. Again, that's probably Mecca, right? M-A-K-K-A-H is just Mecca. It's just Mecca. Anyway, there we go. That's it there somewhere. Possibly this building. Possibly all of these buildings. Alright. So now we want 173... 173 . 173 . 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173. 173 for 34 seconds to the Al Zahir, which we'll see is just there somewhere. I don't know what that is. Could be a mosque, could be anything. Actually, I think we need to lose a bit of height. We've got plenty of height here. Let's see, at the base of these hills. It's either this thing that looks like it might be 3D modelled or that. Maybe it's that building there. Whatever it is that's straight in front of us. It must be this. That's the Al Zahir. I guess that's important in some way. Cool. Look at this city though. Oh, it's amazing. Yep, this is definitely the Al Zahir. Maybe it's a government building or something. Alright, now we want 111 for 35 seconds. On our way to Jannat Al Muala Cemetery. Again, another point of interest. See if we can find that. It's over here somewhere. Look at that. Is that the mosque there? No, actually it's not the mosque, it's something else. That's so tall. Wow, I had no... How have I never seen that before? Huge clock tower. What? That's not the algorithm doing that, that's a 3D model. Look at that thing. This is... I think I recognise this building. This is the Great Mosque. Right, anyway, so the cemetery is here somewhere. Just about to go over it. It must be though. This must be here, I guess. That's the cemetery, or maybe that. No, that's some kind of housing thing. Anyway, that was the cemetery. Hope you enjoyed that. Now we must move on. We must move on to 15 seconds, 185. The Great Mosque of Mecca. There it is. That's this thing. And then yeah, 5 seconds after is Abraj Al Bait. So that must be this thing. Wow, I'm impressed. Look at this. Wow. That's the square that they all walk around, I think. Look at this place. Look at it. It's amazing. And here we go. We've got, what is it? Abraj Al Bait? Al Bait, maybe? Look at this thing. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of that in my life. And you think I would have. Look how, look, I mean, it's like 1,000 feet in the air. It's huge. Absolutely huge. Alright, now we want 147 for 20 seconds on our way to Al Badr. Right in front of us here somewhere. It must be one of these buildings. Might be that red one. Again, it must be something important, but I'm not sure what. Actually, we're not quite over the top of it. It's slightly to the left here. Maybe it's this hill. Maybe it's a famous hill. It's basically there now. Yeah, it's definitely the markers on the hill. We're going over it right now. I think it's this hill. Wow. Alright. Now we're going 144 for 49 seconds. Over to Jabal Thor. Thawr. Thora. Jabal Thora. Again, that must be one of these hills. They must be famous hills, and they get to be named. Good on them. I actually think we can bring the flaps up now and get up to speed. We've looked at all of the amazing things. Look at that. I had no idea that was there. I'm looking that up on Google after this. I don't think I've ever seen a picture. Why is that not in every movie ever made? That's amazing. What a monument. What an absolute monument. Why am I still in the... Why aren't I picking up speed? Oh, because I've got my trim at something ridiculous. Oh, no, that's making it even worse. There we go. Let's go back to 4%. There we go. Probably back to our 92% power. We're just going over Jabal Thor now, so that must be this mountain here. Presumably famous mountain. And then we do a bit of a dash over to back the way we came almost. 54 degrees to Aisha Al-Raji Mosque. See if that's some impressive 3D model or not. It's over here somewhere. In fact, it's even further this way. And the purple line has actually decided to move on already. The mosque is right in front of us here somewhere. Hello? Hello, mosque? Right in front of us. Like, literally there somewhere. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary, but apparently it's there somewhere. Now we want 332 for 50 seconds. Where are we going? Al-Azizia? Al-Azizia? Okay, that must be one of the, yet again, another mountain. Looks like. Oh, still getting a good look at this incredible building. The big mosque in front of it. The most important mosque in the world, I would imagine. We need to move our navlog down a bit. Let's see. 56 degrees for 48 seconds. Another mountain, I would say. And this one is... Jabal Al-Nur. Jabal Al-Nur. It's all the way even further this way. There it is on the map. It's one of these mountains. It's probably this one. It's probably actually either this here is the marker, I would think. Make sure we're high enough to get over it. Purple arrows already... Oh, there we go. There the purple arrows moved on. I thought it had already moved on. What's this? Big power plant or something? I mean, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Alright, now we want 130 for 2 minutes 34. Let's actually put our clock on that one. Didn't bother changing the clock during all those fast little segments. And we're going to have a visit of Mount Arafat. Point of interest and also very famous mountain. Although I don't think I'd be able to pick it out in a lineup. Where would it be? It's not on the... We've lost our line again. The white line was briefly over the city for some reason, but it couldn't handle all of the turns. And it's just taken its ball and gone home. So which one's Mount Arafat? It's only a minute and a bit this way somehow. Little lookouts on the top of all these hills. I like that. Place to visit. Place to look out over this incredible city. Still see the giant tower there. Amazing. Why have I mean, maybe I'll look it up and I'll go, oh yeah, I have seen that. It's just that the 3D model doesn't, I'm not really recognizing it, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like I should have seen that. Maybe it's not allowed to be photographed or something, so they don't show it often. This is not something I know. Well, I don't know what's going on. Here we go. We've got the purple line. We've got Mount Arafat in front of us here somewhere. I mean, that's the marker for it, but I'm guessing this is the actual mountain, not some point slightly at the base of the mountain. Maybe the town there is called Mount Arafat as well. Now, I want to say Mount Arafat is important historically or religiously to any and all of the religions, but all the Abrahamic religions. But I don't know. I just know the name. I just know the name. I don't know my theology around it. Obviously, it's important. Alright, now we're heading back to 3 degrees. For 1:45, we're going to have a flyover of Mecca East Airport. There it is. Now we could land here. We definitely could. We've had a nice look around, but there is another airport 12 minutes away to the east that just gets us closer to where we need to be. I think the next leg's going to be a tricky one. I haven't looked too far ahead, but I was looking at it the other day, and I don't think there's much between here and the other side of the country, which is where I want to get to. So tomorrow might just be me flying for like 3 hours and speeding it up. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll find some stuff to look at along the way. Maybe we won't. Anyway, here's Mecca East Airport. I mean, if it wasn't for the zombie hordes all coming, we'd probably stay here and stay in Mecca overnight. But we need to keep going. They've been catching up. We've been dilly-dallying, is the problem. Alright, so 81 degrees for basically 12 minutes. We'll see what we can see along the way here. We're on our way to Taif Airport. I assume it's Taif, but it could be Taif. I'm not sure. I'm going to go Taif because that sounds more Arabic to me, but then again, I'm not Arabic and I don't speak Arabic and I know nothing of it and I don't listen to it that often, so I'm probably getting it completely wrong and I apologize for that. But if they've anglicised it as T-A-I-F, I assume that's not Taif, it's Taif. Otherwise it would have been T-A-F-E or something, to make it easier on us English speakers to pronounce it. But then again, as we've seen, we've got Mecca, M-E-C-C-A, we've got Mecca, M-A-K-K-A-H. Anything else? No. This one's only got 2, but at least some of the ones we've seen around here have been all sorts of other ways of pronouncing things and writing things and spelling things. Didn't reset my clock. That doesn't really matter. There we go. Let's reset it now. So probably about 10 minutes to go. Trying to gain a bit of height here because we're in the mountains now. Absolutely monster mountain there. What's that? It's going to be about 5,000 feet high. Pretty big. Pretty damn big. Right, let's just, force the issue here to get over this jut of mountain. It is currently causing me trouble by being in my road. Couldn't they have moved this mountain for me? Surely. How dare they? There we go. So I said 5,000. Oh, it might even be more like 5.5. Still need to gain height, I think. We'll keep our current trim, but stay at 100% power. It should mean we climb ever so slowly. But yeah, looks like these mountains ahead are even taller. Let's have a look around while we're here. Look at that view. Wow. Amazing. Mecca, you were amazing. You were amazing. Thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for existing. Bunch of little settlements and towns and things along this valley. It's good to see. Sit back and relax. Oh, Jeddah control. Contact Taif approach. Oh, shit, they're saying it Taif, but I mean, it's a computer, so what would it know?
Going to 119.7 Chaps Rover Zulu, Alpha 11. Taif approach Chaps Rover, Zulu Alpha, 115,800 feet.
Chaps Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Taif approach QNH 30 decimal 12 continue as planned.
Well, I mean, it's also AI, so you'd think it would be programmed in to how to actually pronounce things, so maybe it is Taif. Unknown. Is it going to be up in the mountains here, or is it going to be past the mountains? Impressive bloody mountains, I have to say, just out of nowhere, really. I mean, Mecca is in amongst the mountains, which is cool. I like that. It's like a hidden city almost. Look, you've got people up on the top of this mountain, on this peninsula. What you doing up here? What you doing? Whoa, a bit of wind going on now. Not much, but enough to blow me around a bit. What's going on, you people? You're a pretty significant village here, up on the top of the mountain. Oh, hell yeah. Now we almost feel like we're at sea level with just little rolling hills and things, when in fact we're up at 7,000 feet here. I think we might be high enough, so let's get back to level flight. We'll level it off around 7,000, putting us hopefully about 1,000 feet above the rocks here. Doesn't look like there's anything more up here that's going to be an issue. I think we're just higher than those hills there. Might need to dash up a little bit at some point. So are we heading back down to sea level, or are we just staying up here in the clouds? I think we're staying up here. Look at this. This is just one giant peninsula. What's the word? Not peninsula. What's the word I'm looking for? Plateau. I said peninsula before. I meant plateau. I mean, you'd almost say this was sea level, but it's just flat. There must have been a sea up here at some point. How does it get so flat otherwise? Now, is this the outskirts of Taif? Question mark? Follow the puffy grey clouds. They always seem to be where I'm supposed to be. Perhaps they are the alien's weapon that turns people into zombies. Who knows? You see clouds, but I see threat. large section of roads that have nothing there. Probably a army base or something that has been redacted. Look at this place. This is incredible. Is that an airport in front of us? I think it is. I'm going to go nearest airport list. Taif, OETF, that's correct.
Tower Chas Rover, Zulu Alpha 11 is 6 miles, west 6,900 feet with uniform to land.
With uniform to land.
Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tame Tower. QNH 30.121007 at 10.
Runway 35, huh?
Runway 35.
Yeah, fair enough, we do have a tailwind.
Enter left
I'll allow it.
downwind runway 35 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
So this must be Taif, look at this. Huge city up here on the plateau. Just chilling. Up at 7,000 feet. Well, probably about 6,000 feet. We'll see when we land. Let's do our QNH. I've already done the QNH. We're at the right QNH. Going into land.
Rover Zulu Alpha 11 with 007 at 10. Clear to land runway 35.
Wait a minute.
Clear to land runway 35 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
It's the cross runway. I thought we're coming back the other way. No, so 35 is going this way. Where's 35? I don't see 35. That one there, is it? Okay. Well, it's time to slow down then. How would that be 35? Okay, I guess it would be. Alright, okay, alright, fair enough. I just thought we're coming back the runway we were seeing. I wasn't paying enough attention. Flaps down, get our wheels down, figure out where the runway is. There it is. Get our trimming right. Something like that. Say hello to the roundabouts below us and whatever that blue line along, it might be a train line even. Bit of power. To this view just to line ourselves up in a sane way. Not that I can't do it from the outside view, but it's just I like to come in. I like to come in here. What are you whinging about? Stop buzzing. We're good. We're good. We're fine. Everything's fine, plane. Stop complaining. Stop your whinging. Look, everything is fine. You couldn't get more fine than this. Whoa, that's not a good time to be having a gust of wind. Come on. Come on. Bring her in carefully. Carefully. Yeet. Try and get this wheel down. Oh, didn't want to. Didn't want to. This crosswind is not good. It's not good at all. Anyway, we've made it. We made it. We didn't explode. That's step one of surviving. No, F you, ATC. I'm staying right here. I'm not going anywhere near where there's other people. They could be zombies. That's too dangerous. That was leg 34 of our trip. We went, oh, Mecca was awesome. Look at that. I'm actually going to get onto Google and have a look at that that place because, yeah, I don't know much about it. Haven't seen much about it, and it looks awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.